I did that part from Top Gun. They sing "I've lost that loving feeling," and they did a worse job than Tom Cruise. And so they said, "Please stop, you're hurting us." And by the end of that, they had to be convinced they were going to go haggis hunting in the morning. Well, how do you haggis hunt? They go, "Well, we put on our kilts, and they get their slings, and they said they'd be there at 6 a.m. waiting for me. Keep in mind, we were getting done with our research about 2 in the morning after leaving the Scottish pub, and 4 hours later, I was walking this guy down the street, and I go, "Are they really going to be here at 6 in the morning?" He looks at me, he goes, "Yeah, just show up. They'll be waiting for you with kilts and slings." And no, gullible American that I am. But the Scots, they got a lot of life in them. They have a lot of good songs, and they're great people.
One thing we didn't have at the competition this year was a bagpipe player, which was either unfortunate or fortunate, depending upon your...
Well, I just know that, deep down there in the Loch Ness, at some point in time, there's been a lot of talk about Nessie, and there's people who've seen things and they can't quite explain. And, you go back a few 100,000 years, there's some pretty big things running around here. And, who knows, an old dinosaur could have hatched and give birth to Nessie, and maybe she was real, but we haven't seen her in a long time, so she's probably down for the count, if she ever lived. But I'm sorry. She's in the pool right now. We're gonna tag her.
Right now?
We'll see.
I'm sorry. I have the same problem when I start talking about the aliens too. I give up too much information.
Get her in the water.
Get in the water, quick.
Sounds pretty exciting. Maria, what are they doing at this point in time? Looks like they're getting ready to lower the object.
Yes, they're having a little trouble lowering their ROV into the water. It's kind of big and bulky, but they got it.
Has anyone fallen in the water so far by accident?
I did.
Okay. At least you're honest.
On purpose?
It was an accident.
It is quite slippery there. As a matter of fact, I wore my tennis shoes this year. Last year I had my cowboy boots on. I was walking there by the edge where it's kind of transition. I slipped, and I didn't fall in. It was I did some really quick, a little bit of dancing there by the edge, and it was kind of interesting.
Looks like they're ready to go.
Woohoo! Good luck, Stampede.
Lower.
Going down.
What are we supposed to do first? What are we going to do first?
Whatever you want to do.
Let's just go look for the bait things.
You want to take it? Look over there on the table.
Huh?
Wow, that's a very attractive
look
robot.
at that. That's a good shot going down.
This is ready for now talking good footage here. I'm assuming that they're recording this, right?
There should be sort of an aesthetics point award for the ones that look cool.
The ones that look the most realistic.
They're massive and they're
and the little sea creatures are trembling as they pass by them.
Can you see what color it is underneath the camera?
Nessie will,
I can't. We're turning away from
if they're careful, they might sneak up on. Otherwise, 1 or 2 gulps, and Nessie will probably swallow this without too much trouble. I understand that when the Nessie was to eat one of these robots, it would create indigestion, though. It probably would not like that.
Here is a...
Although the typewriter's robot was much smaller, Nessie could probably swallow
Appetizer.
that. It could probably go through the whole digestive system and come out without too much damage, I would think.
By the way, if anyone has any ideas, like for next year's mission, let us know.
Oh, I know.
One of
The
them we were
Gulf.
kicking around was exactly that. Do like the Incredible Journey thing, where you're going in a body and
Yeah, I think they
put a
should.
stent in
If and only if we solve the Gulf problem, then we can do that Gulf one next year.
on the back camera, yeah.
Captain Oil would be a good one. Yeah, I think.
Which one?
Our Captain Oil well, like the one we have in the bay over the Gulf of
Yeah, we're facing the
Mexico.
water at angle.
I was thinking about that, and that really would be good, except we're afraid by this time next year there'll be such old news like, oh, God,
Well,
couldn't you come
no,
up with
I'm
any?
afraid this time next year it'll still be
It'll
going.
still be going, you're right.
God, I hope not. That the damage to the. Well, you mess with Mother Nature, and you got to be prepared for the worst. I mean, this is a tremendous amount of pressure into that.
Right there. We're right here.
What is their depth right now?
Hey,
We're surfacing now. Can we go over there and put the bait on?
It's kind of interesting listening to what they're saying. It's a very attractive robot.
okay, I think we're going to have the score for the nerds. Ooh, 10 points. Well,
So once again, more proof that the typewriter pyramid are not from this planet.
I'll bet, but the Tempe High School is the #1 high school so far. So
And now the nerds have had a strong tie with the typewriter pyramid. So I guess the nerds are actually humans, and I'm glad to hear that because I did see milk come out of the nostrils of one of the nerds about 2 years ago. When we had dinner together in Phoenix, and they were laughing. I think, or I'm not sure, but it was entertaining.
There's someone sitting.
They're never going to invite me back. again.
Accidental or on purpose?
No, no. I was making them do math homework, and they said something funny, and the guy was drinking milk at the time. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
It wasn't his fault. Hey, guys. Going good, man.
Umbilical just dragging along.
You did your math homework already, right? Okay, good, yeah. Because none of this dating until after you do your homework.
Looks like they're having a little bit of trouble with communication. See, the tether people can't talk to the drivers, but the drivers can tell their tether people what to do, and there is some miscommunication with what they're doing on getting the baits into the squares.
Can they see the video, okay?
Maria, we're looking at a video, and it looks like their computer screen.
It went dark.
They really had no video, and then it went dark. Is that?
I thought I saw some video, but it's...
It appears that they have multiple cameras on their ROV, so they just lost one of their video feeds.
Woohoo! I like
Okay.
that redundancy. See, that's what I'm talking about.
We're back.
They have more than one camera, so they can't see forward. They'll drive backwards. That's fine. That's awesome,
Okay, we're
guys.
going back up again.
Okay, so
Are we surface?
we have a similar situation with our lunar micro rover.
I can see a
When the
hand
lunar
still
micro rover
maybe
primary camera fails, the lunar micro lander has a camera, and we can still drive the rover from the lander by looking at second point, third person up Neeson. So it always helps to have more than one camera.
Backwards? Right?
Helps.
Yeah,
Helps.
go
That's a new
backwards.
word. So it
Remember,
helps.
we have to
Helps.
pulse it. We're coming in, you guys. Well, attempting.
It looks
I'm gonna
scary.
bring this up some.
So dark and cold
Surface
down
is all the
there.
way. I'm good.
Yeah,
That looks like one of the bait targets. I know there's a roundish one or a square one there on the bottom.
You hear that? Was that Nessie? Did you hear that out there at the in the pool? Did you hear that noise?
Are we really?
Yeah, look at the cameras.
Are you
I don't know. I'm getting a little nervous here.
See?
All right,
Lockness, that's right.
If our battery's
Very
dead,
good,
then they're
young
bringing it
man.
in. You guys, we have to bring it in.
No!
Looks like they're having I don't know
Our
whether it's
battery's
power
dead.
problems or whatever. The lights
We're
going
going
in
dead
and
here, you
out.
guys.
They lost the
See,
real
there's
camera?
the square surface right now.
Yeah, the backup
I'm
camera?
surfacing.
What about...
Gregory, you have to bring
Lost
us
the ribbons
out.
too?
We're surfacing.
Oh, they're
We're-
probably taking
our-
them
It
water.
appears that their battery is dead. I think that's why their lights were flashing at the beginning when they were running their motors.
Okay.
So they're
So-
gonna have to bring the robot in.
One of the things they said during we interviewed them when they were talking about putting this rover together, and the original rover
pull us out.
had a 10-minute
Don't pull
battery.
the tether, though.
ROV had a 10-minute battery, and so what they did was they made this larger. They multiplied everything by 3, so they went for a battery that was 3 times larger, and they tried to make it back bigger by a factor of 3. But sometimes, you know, the engineering at the end, you've got to look at what your draining is. If they've got a short in there, that could drain that battery really fast.
Yeah.
Water coming in.
Take the date off and put us back in.
Maria, can you see? Were they taking in water? Is there water inside the robot?
I think their camera, if you recall
try
right
and
now,
identify some more
when you were
stuff,
looking at their
try
screen, it
and
went blank.
a few
They pulled it
more
out of the water and it turned back on again. So I think they have a leak in their camera.
Oh no.
Okay.
Well, also, it's kind of hard for them to pull the battery out of that system. They have to unbolt and everything. It's not something they can pull out quickly because the battery goes inside of a heavily bolted. Their robots are actually pretty hardy in some places, and it's got a big, huge metallic flange that you put on like these huge, 12-inch, I would say high-powered, water conduits that used for like for your hydrants and things like that.
Take it back up, Robert. We can't. We're losing video feed so bad.
Have they
We're
re-engaged?
going blank.
Yeah, this happens when you run out of
I think
power.
they're gonna have to pull out their robot. They just resubmerged it and their camera feed keeps dying.
Ah, c'est too bad. Très dommage. Prochaine fois, je voudrais appeler avec prochaine fois.
We don't have a battery.
By the way, there is a 5-point penalty every time you have to pull on the tether to bring the robot